Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a magic review. Hey, today we're going to look at level 1 from Christian Grace and Vanishing Incorporated. Alright, level 1, what is this effect? This is a vanishing deck effect. It's actually a transitionary deck effect, which is really cool. You can show the deck kind of front corner and side, long side, to your spectator, and then with a wave of your hand, half the deck disappears. Like literally, they can see 50% of the cards are gone. With another wave of your hand, the entire deck disappears, leaving only a single card. Could be their sign card, could be the bonus kicker ending to an ambitious card routine. Lots of people have been asking about this. You've seen this video floating around on social media. Let's talk about it. Let's do this review. All right, so a couple questions we always ask about all of our magic reviews. First of which is, what's inside the box? You get a nice little hard-shelled box. It's all done in white. Vanishing Incorporated always has great packaging. You get metallic silver font on the top and bottom. You slide it out, there's a little drawer. On the inside, it's just a business card that gives you the hyperlink to the instructional video. The video is roughly 12 minutes long, and then you're gonna get the gimmick, and that's it. There's nothing else. There's just a gimmick, and there's nothing to build, nothing to put together. We'll talk a little bit about setup. Let's keep going. All right, so is it what I thought? No, it's not what I thought. They totally fooled me with this one. I had a review maybe a year ago or so for another Vanishing deck, and I still think I had that one in my brain. I was thinking, man, maybe it's like that one, but this is totally different, totally original. I loved the solution, but yes, it fooled me. All right, so how are the angles? There are angles to this, and you could flash. This is gonna take some practice. This is gonna take some muscle memory. Don't expect to be able to do this straight out of the box. We'll talk about practice a little bit more later. As far as inspectability goes though, there's really nothing to inspect. You're basically bringing this gimmick in every single time, and to get rid of it, to vanish, it has to get ditched. So palming, bringing things in, ditching things, probably stuff you wanna be comfortable with. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? Vanishing Incorporated always makes great videos. This is no exception. You got Christian Grace teaching you. There's no audio cues for anything. Like, you don't hear his voice ever. This is all done with on-screen text. They put words on the text. They circle things that they want you to focus in on, or they put arrows where things are sliding or moving, and they give you lots of great shots. Of course, you're going to get two studio live shots. They're going to do an underneath shot, so you can actually see what's happening from beneath. They're even going to do like a transparent card shot where you can see through, like an x-ray vision. They do an over-the-shoulder shot so that you can see what the magician sees. And then Christian will go over how to do this effect with an actual full deck. Is it well made? It's very well made. If you take care of this thing, it should last you forever. There should never be a need to replace it. And best of all, this should work with any deck, right? Any back design, any face design. How much practice does this require? Okay, so I mentioned earlier that this is going to take practice. This is not going to work right out of the box. I've seen some reviewers, I've seen some forum posts, people have been saying, oh, maybe 30 minutes of practice. Maybe 30 minutes of practice if you're awesome. I don't know, it didn't take me 30 minutes. This is more like an hour to 2 hours. And you're going to be doing this in the mirror and trying to learn muscle memory. Okay, I don't think there's no sleights or hard skill. Like, it doesn't matter how much card experience you have, I don't think, because you're kind of learning something new. You're learning a new movement that you've never done before. And so it's practicing these movements so that they're fluid. That's one. But then also practicing them so that you're not flashing. You got your timings down and you got your angles down. And then after maybe you've been honest with yourself in the mirror, then you need to go find an honest spectator and say, okay, watch me, make sure, does this look like what it's supposed to? And tell them to be, don't like, oh, it looks good. No, you don't want it to look good, you want it to look perfect, okay? So if you want it to look perfect, if you want to look like some of the videos you've seen maybe floating around on the internet, I'm gonna say an hour to 2 hours of practice, easy. All right, so how's the setup and reset? Setup is super simple. There's one thing you have to do when it comes right out of the box, but it's really easy. It's a household object. You've got it lying around the house. Trust me. It'll take you seconds to figure out. And then after that, reset is just bringing it in when you are ready. All right, so what are the positives? What are the good things I can say about this? Like you've probably seen, it looks great on camera. This is a beautiful Instagram, YouTube, Facebook trick, right? This looks great on camera. And on camera, it's a perfect world because you can find the shot that looks perfect, and your spectator's never going to ask you to examine anything, right? No one's ever going to say, well, what's in that hand, right? Or what's in your pocket? Like, they're never going to say that on camera. And I think it's a great ending effect to a trick. And I think this is where you kind of have to think about this. And I'm not going to give you any negatives to this. There's no negatives to this as far as I'm concerned. But there's a warning, all right? There is a warning. I think sometimes you see a trick like this and you're like, wow, this is amazing, I want it. Okay, but how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it on camera for Instagram or YouTube like you've seen? Because then, great, right? That's fine. But I think if you're going to walk right up to somebody with level 1 ready to go, and you say, hey, watch this, zoop, half gone, zoop, disappeared, here's my card, I think it'll be underwhelming for them. I think they'll say, oh, that's neat, but you won't get the reaction you want. The reaction you want is only going to happen if this trick is connected with another effect. Okay, so I mentioned ambitious card. I'm going to stick with that. I think if you're an ambitious card guy, like who would like this? I think if you do ambitious card, this is the ending you've been waiting for, because literally they've watched their card float around, you bend it in half, it goes to different places, bam, bam, bam. You could say, oh, let's do it in reverse. And they're like, what does reverse mean? Reverse means it flows to the top, but it's the only card at the top. All the other cards are gone, right? And then, wow. So that's one thing. Maybe you don't do ambitious card, but maybe you know some card tricks. Okay, that's fine too. Do 3 or 4 card tricks, put the whole thing away, do a coin trick, or do a little piece of mentalism, or nail writer effect, or something like that, and then say, oh, let's do one more thing with the deck. Bring the deck back out, but this time it's not the deck, this time it's level 1. Go into level 1 and it vanishes, then you're going to get the reaction you want, because now it's the kicker ending of an entire routine, plus they've seen this deck already, right? They even held it maybe in another trick. So they already know that you have a real deck of cards, and how did you do that? So you kind of set it up as like, hey, I'm this master sleight of hand guy, but look, I can go beyond sleight of hand and I can make cards just vanish in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that you're just going to get this, perform it, and you're going to get wow reactions. You might, but I think this is going to go so much further if this is connected to something else. And let me just say, if you buy this, you'll have access to a Facebook group, a private group that has Christian Grace and some of the other people that have purchased this, and they're all talking about how they use it and how best to use it. And I've even heard there's some other videos, some other instructional videos floating around, maybe even by Christian Grace, that have some other card tricks attached to it. All right, so that's everything I can say about level 1 from Christian Grace, Vanishing Incorporated. Of course, I want to thank hocus-pocus.com for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase it, I'll stick the link below in the description. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.